Hi there, it's Tiffany, and today's tutorial will be for this simple little tulip ripple, I think I'm going to call it, because if you look closely, to me, the little clusters on top of the green sort of look like tulips. And I'm running out of names for blankets, so why not call this one the tulip ripple? Super easy, made with Bernat Bundle Up yarn I used 4 different colors. Well, here's the green that I used, and it's called Brook. And then I used Posy for one of the color of flowers. And then the other one I used is Red Wagon. It's called. This is how much I had left over from that, so you'll have plenty for the color. But for the white, I used 2 skeins of that. And this is a pretty small size blanket. It's just like a car seat 30 by 30 inch blanket. So just keep that in mind. Probably if you want to go for a bigger full size blanket, just get extra of the white. I think you'd have plenty of the colors. So anyway, let's get started. Begin with 12 multiplied by any odd number plus 3. So for today's sample, I multiplied 12 times 3 and then added 3. So I'm starting with 39 chains. So if you want to make a larger blanket, multiply 12 by an odd number. Begin in the 4th chain from the hook with double crochet, 1 double crochet. Now work 1 half double crochet in each of the next 6 chains. Now across the next 2 chains, we will work a half double crochet 2 together, or a half double crochet cluster, it could be called. Basically, you are yarning over, inserting your hook, and then yarning over, inserting your hook into the next chain before you yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on the hook. So let's do that again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, stop right there. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 5 loops. So we've just done a half double crochet 2 together, but it does look like a cluster. Now let's work 6 half double crochets up to the peak. So when you are working the 2 together, that makes the valley. And now at the top, we will add back in and make a peak. We want 6 half double crochets in between each peak and valley. Okay, I've got my 6. Now for the peak, let's work a pair of double crochets into the next chain. So work 2 double crochets into the next chain. And let's do it again. Now, let's work 6 half double crochets back down to the next valley. Okay, and now let's work those half double crochet clusters or 2 together across the next 2 chains, and let's do that again. Yarn over, insert your hook into 1 chain, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, pull through all the loops. Now we should have 7 chains, I am hoping, left to the end. So let's work 6 of them as half double crochets, and we should have 1 left over. Yes, okay. Now in that last chain, we will work a pair of double crochets. So work 2 double crochets into the last chain. Now that kind of mimics how we started the blanket. So we started with, of course, we have the chain 3, which acts as a double crochet, and we placed 1 double crochet. Then we have 6 half double crochets, 2 half double crochet clusters across 2 stitches, doing it twice, so across 4 stitches. Then we have 6 half double crochet, 2 double crochets worked into 1 stitch 2 times. And here we are back at the end. Now to turn, we have a chain 3 and turn. So pretty much we're going to repeat and do the same thing. Let's start with a pair of double crochets. The turning chain is acting as our first one. So I worked that first double crochet right into the top of the first stitch. So it might look like this is hanging out on the side, but that's totally okay. You'll see how it works to straighten out going up the side. Now work 6 half double crochets up towards the top, the peak. One, two, three, four, five, six. And here we go. Oh, sorry, we're not working towards the peak. We're working down to the valley. So same thing, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Let's half double crochet these next 2 stitches together and do it 1 more time. Now we're going to work 6 stitches up to the peak. 6 half double crochet, 1 in each stitch here. I promise that once you get this patterning down, it becomes mindless. And having the 6 half double crochets kind of worked in between the set of double crochets and the set of half double crochet clusters kind of helped me stay on track. Okay, sorry, that kind of got knotted up on itself. Okay, so I just double check. I've got 4. Here's 5. And another thing is, like, I realized the 6th one was worked into the first double crochet that I came across from the row below. Now, the 2 double crochets are worked into the middle 2 double crochets kind of the row below. There's 1 pair, and here's another pair. And then 6 half double crochets down to the valley. And let's work half double crochet, 2 together, 2 times. Now let's work our remaining 6 half double crochets out to the end. And here's 3, 4, 5, your final stitch, your final 2 double crochets. Don't forget these, because it would appear that you are at the end, but you always got to end the row in the top of the turning chain, which is acting as that first double crochet. Work 2 double crochets. So we begin and end each row with the double crochets. Very important not to forget those. 1, 2, 3 acts as our first double crochet, and we want to work the very first double crochet right into that stitch before we begin with our 6 half double crochets. Now you will do this for a total of 6 rows. Well, how does yours look? How did you do? Here we go. I have 6 rows, and it's time to do 1 row with the teal or the green color, because that's what I kind of think makes it look like these are the stems. So on the last step of the stitch, just pull through with the new color. And we don't have to cut this, the white or the cream. We'll carry that up the side. So let's work the exact same pattern though in the new color for this row. It's actually just the tulips, or when you do the pink, that will change up the stitch. So I'm going to work 1 row in the exact same way that I have been working. I'm just using a new color. So 6 rows of a white, 1 row of the teal. Okay, I just finished making 1 row with the green color, and I'll just stop right there, and I do cut off the green because we're done. Give yourself a long tail and get it out of your way, because now we're just going to work 1 row with a color, and I'm starting with the dark color. I think they called this Red Wagon, but it looks more like a dark coral to me. It does not look red. Okay. We will still chain 3 and turn, just as we have been doing. Still start the row with a double crochet, but we will replace all of those half double crochets with clusters, but not clusters 2 together, just all in 1 stitch. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook into the exact same stitch, pull up a loop, and pull through. So it's essentially the same stitch that we do in the valleys, but we're just doing it all into the top of one of the half double crochet. So that's what will be substituted for the half double crochets. Everything else is the same. We'll still work the pair of double crochets for the pink, for the peaks. Okay, we want to make sure I've got my 6 clusters here. And then I will still do the cluster that pulls them together, that is worked across 2 stitches. Now let's work these clusters up to the peak. And here I am. So I just did my 6 clusters. And so right at the peak, no change. Let's work the pair of double crochets. So that's the only change, is you're replacing the half double crochets with a half double crochet cluster. Okay, let's make sure that you work final 2 double crochets into the top of that turning chain. And on the last step of the stitch, we'll reach down for the cream and pull it up and begin working with it again. And so then that way you don't have to weave in the cream ends, but you can definitely clip off the color. You're done with that. And work 6 rows of this, the little tulip ripple stitch, I guess is what I'm calling it. Let me show you on the blanket again what it looks like. And I really like it in this cream color. I didn't have any more of the white to use, so I used that cream. Looks really pretty. So here we go. I guess for this blanket, I started with the lighter color, so it's completely up to you. When you're finished, all I did was work 1 single crochet into each stitch around 2 times, and I worked 3 single crochets into just the corners right here. I went ahead and just worked 1-to-1 single crochets, but you can put any kind of border on that you would like. So there you go. There is this. It's kind of what I did was I took our simple ripple and modified it by stretching it out a little bit and then switching up some of the stitches. And I really love how it really does look kind of like, use your imagination, little tulips. Really cute. Of course, you can do this with any color that you would like. But anyway, thank you so much for coming by. The full pattern, written, free printable copy is available on daisyfarmcrafts.com. We also will have an ad-free version probably available on Etsy in the next couple weeks. And then find the link to the pattern if you're only seeing this on YouTube down in the caption box. Push that tiny little arrow and to see all the details, and come and share your blanket in the Daisy Farm Crafters group on Facebook. We love to see what colors you have used and all the different variations on our patterns. So you have a wonderful day.